grabbed some footage from that and I put together a bit of a highlights of some epic runs, some awesome wheel stands, and some unfortunate runs as well. But I hope you guys enjoy this one. If you do, make sure you head down below, hit like, hit subscribe, and let's crack straight into the video.
Here we are, we're back with him, he's just done it.
You know what? I'm sorry I lied. I did say Hale was going to do it, and I really wish he did. Them guys have worked very hard to do it. All these guys here have. But the credit to them all, they were all in the braking area. They all hugged me. They celebrated with me. It was really joyful. Mum and Dad are here. Everyone's crying. The kids, the wife, everyone's having a good time. And don't know if you can see it, but that's the time card there.
Check it out.
So 396, 201. That's the first 200. And I tell you now, Grubby gave me a pretty good drag race. He left me for dead on the start line and I had to drive around him. So what can I say? The Kendra, Justin and Scott for the event they've put on, man, it's ecstatic. All my sponsors have been a dream and here we are having a good time.
Good on you, mate. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Enjoy it.
Talk to you soon.
Hey, Overtakers, OTL Live. This is another week, another Thursday night, and we're just here at the studio.
Yep. Yeah.
I am.
Hang on.
I'm
There we go.
here.
I'm on the couch with you now.
Fair enough. It's just going to have to do.
Mhm.
This is it. This is us. We're coming at you, but we're just here to talk a bit of I don't know, car crap. Maybe we'll give away some stuff. Spin the wheel, bring back the
Mhm.
wheel. I say, I don't know whatever happened to that thing. What else have we got there? Just some comments. We might have to do some shout outs. Say good day to some people there, Tyler. I'm missing a
G'day,
few
Huggy
comments.
Bad Q Garage. Welcome back. He's been commenting after the show. He said he's been upset he hasn't been able to make the show for a few weeks, and he's here.
Good stuff, mate.
Chris Young, Matty Crick, g'day. Shane Sermon, Scotty S, Darren Davidson, Dang Dang. If it lets me scroll up. Huggy. Johnny Skid Pick, Mixmaster Mark, g'day. He's only here for skids and beers. Carnage.
Well,
James, how you
probably not
going?
many more skids. Just us talking skids now.
Jason Tompkins, how you going? Terry Hankins. Nen, g'day. Stygian, g'day. How you going? UFO as well. Lots of birthday wishes there for you. Paige, how you going? JRM Rob.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for the birthday wishes. Appreciate that. That was yesterday. What else we got in the comments there, mate? We got. Hey, where do we go? Where we go? What?
Dang Dang says, gotta say it's great to see so many familiar faces. Paul Simons, g'day.
G'day, Paul. All right, flash the wheel.
You going? Gary Smith, how you going? Andrew Phillips. Why does Dave look so lonely?
I know. Where are you? You can come out and bloody sit here on the couch with me, mate. I need some couch companionship here in the studio. It's just not happening. But what else? I saw some other comments or some stuff about
James Baylor says, Dave, that's not beer.
No, it's not. I actually was a bit. I didn't feel like a beer tonight. So we're drinking Sally's vodka.
Brennan Wheatley, g'day.
Need a separate cordless mouse here so I can scroll back to the comments because I'm missing heaps. Oh, and I'm on top chat. I've got to change that live chat. Then I can miss even more.
Sally, how you going?
Do we get to see what I got for a Prezi Huggy? Not yet. We'll do a video and bring that. Yeah, Gary. Let a catch girl. Don't tell Sally. Unless it's Sally. Then you can tell her. Just going back up. I'm trying to go back up.
Shane Sermon says, isn't that a Carly Simon song? Why is Dave so lonely? Green is nice. How you going, Gary? $10 from Nan. Thanks, Nan.
Oh, start the wheel. We'll get you on the wheel.
Here we go. Woohoo. Adam Geary, g'day. How you going?
G'day, mate. I think I've gone back too far now.
Andy says, I'm just here until iRacing finishes downloading. I can go and test out my new rig.
Oh, okay. We'll see what's going on there. Might have to send us a couple of photos in Discord or something so we can see it.
Here we go, woohoo.
Seeing the Hoffs. Has anyone ever imported a car from Japan? Is Shane's asking. Thinking of a 2J Aristo drive? Aristo drive for a bit and then sell? Or is that too much of a drama? Tyler, what do you know about importing cars from Japan?
Absolutely nothing.
Oh.
I bought an imported car, but I don't really know anything about the importing process at all.
Well, that should make you an expert. You've got a keyboard. In front of you could be a keyboard expert.
I know that there's taxes on it and whatnot, and you have to get them complied. And
because I've already spent a she's load today, what's another 10?
Another 10. I don't hear where's the bloody turbo whiskeys, mate?
Goes off on my end, not on yours.
Oh,
you don't have Streamlabs open.
Oh, I get ripped off. Oh, here's all that.
Carnage. Up to a tenner as well.
Who do we know that's imported from Japan?
Not sure.
Other than Mr. and Mrs. GDR, did they import those?
Don't think so.
Yeah. I thought one of them might have been. I think Phil's
Not
dropped
sure
a
if they
pic.
bought them from.
Yeah.
New motor getting teared down and rebuilt.
New motor getting teared down and rebuilt. I saw a picture there, Carnage. And Mighty Car Mods, they've done a few imports, haven't they?
Yes, they have. Yep. Here we go. Hang on, I'll pull it up on the screen. There's Phil's rig. Looks ready to go, mate.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, I think Benny has. I think he does still potentially, or he did through when he worked at Ichiban. Dad's Garage, g'day. How you going, Mel?
My rig set back up. I need to hook a PC up to it though for iRacing. I think
Mm-hmm.
we've only ever used it for Forza, but it's not a it's not the good one. What's the good? It's only a Logitech. What's the I can't think of the name of the
Thrustmaster.
No, that's a cheapie. That's even cheap. No, you got to step it up. Oh,
Thrustmaster's a good one. They have good wheels.
No, it's not it. It's not it.
Okay.
It's not what I'm thinking. I can't think of the. Phil might drop it in. It's probably what he's got. I think it was what the Hoff.
I know one of the guys who I watch does professional sim racing, and he uses a Logitech wheel.
Really?
Yeah, but he has upgraded pedals.
Yep. Okay. Anyway, we do have a show tonight to talk about some stuff and some things. That's we stole that from Hoff. That's the Hoff saying stuff and things.
There you go. Phil says Thrustmaster wheel and Fanatec pedals.
Fanatec. That's what I was thinking of. Fanatec.
I told you it was Thrustmaster.
Yeah. I was thinking of the Fanatec. They do the wheels and stuff as well.
Mr. Bluebird, g'day. How you going? Psyop Gypsy as well. Matty Crick.
Want to see the new car, mate? I don't know. It might be Tuesday's video.
Maybe.
Will it be Tuesday's video, Tyler?
I was going to do the drag racing video on Tuesday.
Oh.
That was my plan.
They can't speak up. They can't hear me. Is that me? Am I too quiet? Is that better? Louder now?
I did turn you up on this end as well.
Oh, there you go. I'm probably blasting everyone now, blowing them out, blowing the eardrums off.
Want to see the new car?
UFO. Small contribution to the lemon squash 6-pack. Thanks, mate. £10. That's a lot.
It's $15. So he's on 3 times.
Here is a small contribution for some lemon squash 6-pack.
They're euros. They're even more, aren't they?
B-O-O-O-O-O-Y.
Jeez.
B-O-O-O-O-O-Y.
Is that what it said?
Yeah.
Dang needs a upgraded Kenworth wheel. What's the there's a truck racing? Is it not a truck racing sim? It's just like a truck driving sim that people get into too, isn't it?
Yeah. There's American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator.
Yeah.
They're
Phil's strangely excited for the truck simulator. There you go with his setup.
Phil says Fanatec is all Hoff stuff.
Yep. Yeah, we might have to find a spot. It's sitting right there. I'm looking at the wheel folded up in amongst a pile of boxes that haven't been unpacked. It looks all nice and neat, this room on this side, but then the other side that you can't see is just all the boxes from when we moved. That's what I'm looking at. It's all the boxes. Project Car Fund.
Project Car Fund.
Shane might have already been helping out. Thanks for your help last night. We probably won't see Brad. I haven't seen Brad.
No, he did send me a message saying that he's gone to bed.
I would think he's probably asleep. We kept him up way too late. Helped me pick up the car last night, and he started work at like 3 o'clock, and he left here at after 11 and still had another
He
hour
said,
to drive to his place.
I'm getting some sleep after the mission last night. Only slept 1.5 hours before going to work and driving all day. 100% worth it though.
What a good man! That was amazing, amazing that he did that for me, and yeah, and have to still work and back it up, and he did that. Well done, thank you. Even though he's not here to hear me, I do thank him. He's definitely the sort of guy that will always be there to help his mates, no matter who it is. So, top guy.
He is.
The Pittsworth Car Show was
Rory,
awesome. We
g'day.
saw the live stream from Johnny. There was a little bit of a live on Facebook and he shared in our group as well. The Pittsworth Car Show.
Yep.
So was a few. We possibly made a bad judgment call yet again. 2 weeks in a row.
Happy birthday, Dave. Pittsworth Car Show was
run out
awesome.
of content, and then
there was some bloody nice
we've
cars there,
screwed up
and
with our
Skid Pig
judgment calls
too.
on where we're going for our shows, right?
We did.
So we went. So if we go back 2 weeks, we hinged everything on Willowbank, didn't we?
Yes.
I think we passed all
were.
the other car shows up to do Willowbank, and it was going to be a good meet. Like,
it was
nothing against Willowbank. It was just weather.
Yeah.
It was definitely going to be a good meet, and there was some big cars out there, and then the rain hit. So
it might be Phil.
For a Barbie. So Dad's there says, "Yep, Brad is an absolute champion. Will do anything for a mate. Top bloke. Yep." Hence why we had to be there to help him move house, didn't we?
Yep.
And as much as I hate doing that, and he'd already helped us, so and he'd helped you move house as well, Tyler.
He did.
So we definitely couldn't say no. Yeah, it's always good to have your mates back you up and be able to run around last night, get this car. We had to do a bit of work to that. You have to wait and see. Road trip at home. We didn't get all of it. It was late. It was dark. It was raining. We got a bit of it. So there's a bit of footage there to share, but certainly not everything. So it was too dark. There was GoPros or anything like that would have just been dark and black, and you wouldn't have seen any of the driving footage. We had to do it afterwards. We had to do it late because we were at work. We all worked through the day. And as it was, Sally stayed to print because we'd been the previous night and had a look at it. We drove up there the previous night, had a look at it. We couldn't get it home that night. Hoff come and had a look at it as well. We went, and he helped out greatly as well. Had a really good look over it. A lot of stuff I wouldn't have spotted, and that worked in really, really well for us. It's we paid a bit for it. We've also got a bit off of it, so happy with where we ended up. So I snapped it up, and drove it back last night. Had to go back, but because we had that night off of printing, the night before to look at it, Sally had to stay and print because we had jobs to go out for the print shop, and she couldn't go anywhere. And Tyler was sunbaking or something, playing mixed netball, volleyball. Was it volleyball? So.
Yeah, don't judge my volleyball, all right? Got a big tournament coming up. Got to practice.
I saw
Phil
something
said,
today that said that did you know that Wilson from Castaway, you know who Wilson in Castaway is, right? Yeah, well, he was also the same actor from years ago in the volleyball scene in Top Gun. So, same actor.
There you go.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't know. It's crazy. Phil says, depends how far along Warwick Strip is. I'm a happy camper, literally. He also said, even though Scott's inspection was 4 drinks in.
Yes, yes. I did turn up with a bottle of small batch there just to entice him because he'd had a shit of a day. So, and I turned up at very little notice and said, "I need you to look at a car with me." And he's like, "What? It's just been like 29 degrees and I'm just dying."
29, you mean like
I-
38?
Yeah, oh yeah, 39. That's right. That's what it was. 39 up there, and he'd played a bit of touch football and busted his knee, and yeah. So, and he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, come on, please." And he did. So.
Mal says must be a KU10 with a 1J for the Hoff to look at it.
I was surprised that none of the choices today had anything to do with 1Js or 2Js, especially after I had mentioned that the Hoff had a look at it. So
They are extending Warwick to a quarter mile, but they're still going to primarily run 8th mile events. Just the quarter mile will be an option now for events to run.
And the problem we got with Warwick is all this rain.
Yeah, they've basically been having non-stop rain out there.
Yeah.
That's slowing everything down.
Try to get the ground to dry out. They're full steam ahead, but they just, with this weather, they can't get it happening. So it's just screwed everything up. So yeah, it's a bit of a problem. Maybe it was Ethel's HJ Ute with the 1UZ FE. I don't think Scott ever wants to see that again. So he would
Thanks, Gary. 14.99 legend.
Thanks, mate.
Matty Crick says by the thumbnail, it's a bit higher than a little Corolla.
I might have been trying to be distracting with that. Who knows? Can you trust my 10-second on the phone photo editing skills? We've got a bit of story.
I probably should throw up the picture of it, because I do actually have a picture there, because that was part of a talking point for tonight.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh, it was a talking point. So we're on track.
Yes, we're actually on track. Oh, well, we can, we've sort of talked about it, and I don't think they want to know any more about it. I don't think they want to know any more about it at all.
That's it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I don't think they're really interested in it.
Never mention it again.
Yeah, probably not.
Eh? Never to be mentioned again. No one will ever know what it was. No. Warwick, will it be uphill break? I don't know. I don't know if there's any slope to the braking. We haven't seen it. I know they've done a lot of work out there. There was a lot of extra stuff, like things you find as you do earthworks. It was like apparently an old glass dump up the end. They had to dig that out completely. Like you can't just put over the top of it, safety. Stuff, so they had to dig all that out. They had to, so there's a lot of extra stuff that they've had to do. Am I having did you UFO ask if I'm having a huge glass of water? Vodka and water.
Shane Sermon says it's the Riddler's car from Batman. John Lee, g'day. Says happy birthday, Dave.
Thanks, mate. Thank
Phil's
you.
going on the bottle.
Yes.
Adam Geary says a homomobile.
Shane also did running around for me, and before I got up there and went and
Huggy says I thought it might have been something to kill the Prado.
No, it's not. I really liked the Prado. We've actually got some parts for the Prado to actually make videos. I sort of want to get some more parts for the Prado and do a bit more to it. Probably cut it all down into a quick video. But yeah, I really enjoy the Prado, and I get in the D Max, which is a lot newer, and drive that and just think, this drives horrible compared to the Prado.
Yeah.
When you're used to it, it's fine, but when you get into the Prado, it's so smooth, that thing to drive. It's it's a luxury car for what it is in four-wheel drive. So we really like that thing. And we own it, so it's very hard to part with. And
It might be
we
Hoff.
did look, what was that? Is it a wheel night? It is a wheel night. We did look at like all the trucks at the show, and I was probably swaying towards a few. When we were at that Big Boys Toys, which was where we were going with the story before, talking about our weekends and choosing the right shows, we went to that last weekend, and it cost us $20 to get in. Tyler fell asleep.
I did. I'm just trying not to be rude and eat on camera.
To get in. $20 each to get in, didn't it? Like, so it was 3 of us there, $60, and it was like
64, I think, in total, because we had a booking fee.
Oh, and the parking. We had to pay for parking when we got there as well. Another $5. So that all happened, and it was like about half a football field in size, Tyler.
Yep, yeah, probably. Maybe 60, 70 meters of a football field.
Yeah, it wasn't big, and it was just like one lap around. What you saw on that video was the entire thing. So, so for what it was, we probably didn't say it enough in the video, but we're actually really, really disappointed in it. And yeah, it was average. So, and then I saw someone else commented and said, "Oh, it's about as good as it was last year," and so we know not to bother with that one next time. So we won't do that. We won't do that again. But yeah, we're looking at the trucks there, and I even looked at a what was the T160, the
LDV T60 Max.
Yeah, that thing. It was quite nice, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Like it was really, really nice car. So, that just looks weird. What are you doing, Tyler? You're eating.
Eating, yes. I just don't want to eat my chicken wings on
camera. Just sit back and own it, mate.
Well, I've got to move the mic away at least because it's not an ASMR show.
No one's gonna be offended by your chicken wings. The ones you're eating, anyway.
Just a bluebird. Remember?
Do we come up on this?
Okay, there it is.
8 months. So kind. So kind. Thank you.
I will say, just back on the topic of the car, well, the vehicle you've purchased. I may have given something away there. I said it's a car now. UFO Sorcery Engineering says it looks like a C10 or a Ute.
That would shatter. Tyler really wants a C10. So.
Yes, it would shatter me. Brendan Wheatley says maybe it's Ethel's Mitsubishi Express van.
All of last year's YouTube earnings to Dave.
Mal's donated $4.71. All of last year's YouTube earnings to Dave. And Bad Q dropped us tenner. Says happy birthday, Dave.
James has dropped us something
birthday,
too.
Dave.
I have to get my phone. Where have I put that? Hang on. I'll be quite right back.
What else do we have here? It's electric and Hyundai. We could talk about it all night. It might be. We'll tell you what Dave bought for a 50-wheel donation. Jason Mountjoy, what are your thoughts on the IHRA and Andrew S? Is the Kenda Radial Series safe? We're going to be talking about that a little bit later in the show.
I'm back and
welcome. Jason said. Jason said, "What are our thoughts on the IHRA and Andrew S?" I said, "But we'll touch on that a little soon. We'll touch on that soon."
Something to talk about tonight. What was I looking at? Yeah, so, but we looked at a heap of big trucks out at that Big Boys Toys, and it gave it some thought about maybe looking at one of those and getting rid of the Prado, but
Huggy said, "How's the bus trip going to Top Fuel in Sydney?" We won't
Yeah.
be doing that because it's very soon. It's
Yeah,
too
it didn't
soon
work
to
out.
organise.
So a bit of chuck in a few tickets there for James. He dropped us $15 straight direct to PayPal through
Thanks,
Red
James.
Screen.
Legend.
But yeah, so
Jim
I looked at a
Clark,
few of
g'day.
those. So we'll hang on to the Prado was the end of that. But yeah, but and we'll see what we've ended up with the project. I certainly need I need a shed. That's what we do need. Shed and hoist and a few bits and pieces that I've really got to get around to doing something about. Makes it really hard because I'm not too sure what I want with my shed.
Mm-hmm.
But I want it to be big, and I'm also scared to pay for it. So that's the other thing. I'm scared to have to pay for it. Thanks, Steve. Stephen, happy birthday. Message as well.
Bill's back with small batch.
Back with small batch. Wait, can you find small batch? There's not much of that around at Dan Murphy's these days. They're selling out. But dang. So the Prado is essentially a Hilux. It'll tow anything just very slowly. The towing capacity on the Prado, unfortunately, is only 2.5. It's only a 2.5 ton towing capacity, which makes it pretty difficult to do car trailer and stuff. So yeah, work that out. Power glide for the HJ. No, we've got Turbo 400 for the HJ, and hopefully we'll have some content on that soon. We're only about a week away from picking that up. Tomorrow I've got to order a converter. So, and I haven't decided what might be some suggestions in here from you guys, but I haven't decided what converter to go with. Do we go just like about a 3,000 stall? We put a 4.5 in the Ute. I don't know if I want to go that big. I don't know. 232, 234 cam in it, an LS1. So that will possibly, I don't know, at this stage, may get a Harrop kit. The only thing that turns me off the Harrop kit is I like the look of the motor, how we've done it now with the manifold and air cleaner. Oh,
Sorry.
dog's going off, mate.
Yeah, someone's at the
the air cleaner and the manifold and the stuff that we've done with that to make it look old school. And I don't know, we've obviously got to change that look, but it'll have a Harrop. So I guess it's not too bad.
Jamie Wilnut says, Dave, can you please push that mic up a little and sing We Are the World, We Are the Children?
We are the world. Good on you, Jamie. Trust you.
Brendan Wheatley says, did Dave's birthday cake look like a bushfire with that many candles on it? Happy birthday, mate.
Thanks, mate. We've got to not have candles on a birthday cake for me. It might set my beard on fire. Could be dangerous.
Scotty S says, Dave, need to talk to you about the shed. Have investigated a few things that might make it a little less painful.
Yeah, right on. Because my dreams of what I want in a shed, Scotty, is the problem. And, we want, I spoke about it a bit. We want this super large shed. And I'm thinking I want like a mezzanine in there. Maybe we can build that in, have a bit of a bloody room up there, man cave. I don't know, something we can air condition. See, it's getting expensive, right? Like, just listen to that. We're going to have a bar up there and be able to look down across the workshop, the cars and stuff like that. Jeez, I don't think I can afford any of that stuff, but that's what I want. What you want and what you can afford is always different.
The Prado's 2007, Johnny, I think, right?
2007 Grande. Yeah.
And Sally says, who knows
3,500 stalls. Roy, thank you. There's a suggestion there.
Sally said, who knows when Top Fuel will run again after the bullshit the last few days?
Well, maybe we move into some of our drag. We definitely need a damn hoist. We're definitely having a hoist, Roy. So, maybe even why stop at one hoist? We could have two. Maybe we need a 2-poster and a 4-poster because I don't know which I want. Right? We have one of each.
Why not?
This couch is sink into it. And it's changing our own lives. Good on you, Jamie. It is a D4D. Huggy, take it to GSR. What do they do? A bit of work on them, do they? They're nice as well. Okay. That's something to think.
Matty Crick says Barra swap the Prado, Dave.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a Barrett something. Anyway,
let's put a Barra in the HJ.
Not a Barra that.
The Integra.
I would if it was rear wheel drive. Yes. Too hard to convert it to rear wheel drive. Yeah. So. Anyway, where are we? We're going to talk something, some sort of car news story. Should we?
Yeah.
Should we do something?
Yes, we should do something.
So, Jamie says Sally, wife of the century. Yes, she puts up with all of my wants and yeah. Everything we bloody go with cars and sheds and whatnot. Luckily, she has some interest in what I do, or she just pretends to. I don't know. Either way, it works. So I'm not complaining.
All right.
Big money from the D4D also, but big money. You're looking at one. You said the other week you might have some good news, Dads, and I thought maybe you'd picked up a commercial property, so to put some cars in. Tyler, we got to build a shed, or you need Dad's garage to get something big enough you can store a Skyline in for a bit, mate. You got to pull the stuff out of your shed so you can
get the floor re-epoxied. Yep.
Yeah. You want me to come and do it?
It might stay on.
You've had your back area re-epoxied. Now
the garage is going to get redone as well.
Did they not prep it or something, or what?
Yeah, that's what the guy said. It wasn't. He didn't prep it. Said someone else did the prep and that they didn't do it properly. So he reckons they just painted the primer straight onto the concrete without doing anything to it.
So they've got to take that off completely.
Yeah.
Back to they could grind the whole thing now and start all over.
Yep.
Wow. There you go. Chris had to run for a bus.
Adam Geary used PayPal. Can you check that one for me? Can you check the PayPal?
Well, we do that. Or should we give something away? What are we giving away tonight, Tyler?
I don't know. I told you to organise some prizes.
Oh, did you?
Yep.
So yeah, $20 in from Adam. Thanks, mate.
Legend. Thank you.
All right.
We'll spin it up. What do you want to give away?
Let's give it some thought. Let's give it some thought here, Tyler. We've got We've got a range of shirts. We've got a range of shirts. Look at all the stuff. We've got hats.
Mhm.
We've still got some
What about one of the
plenty of
new shirts we got?
new shirts. There's Skyline, the big red,
The I was thinking the live drag racing shirt.
the project build. It's just a big black square with a question mark on it.
Yeah.
One of the new Aussie live drag racing. Yep.
Yep.
Do one of those. Definitely.
All right, let me shuffle away.
Set up.
Spinning away.
Spin, and
UFO sorcery engineering.
there you go.
Going
An
over
Aussie shirt.
to the Netherlands.
An Aussie shirt over in the Netherlands, mate. There you go. Well done.
Bad Q's 11 months member. Almost 12 months now.
Almost a year.
Legend.
That's
Phil says, if I win on the wheel,
should
can
be
I
sponsored
specifically
meals.
have payment of a Nugget Garage shirt?
That's a bit hard. I don't think we can. I can't give away other people's shirts. Bad Q, Sister Bluebird. We should be putting the members on the wheel. So that we've got the member anniversaries as well, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
They come up. They should definitely go on the wheel.
It was almost Phil. Mark Biffin. You'll have to send us your address, UFO, on Instagram. Send it through there since your message is on there already.
Talking about the 4 posters there. Nice and easy. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to do a news story. That's what I set up for before, wasn't it? Just put the news story onto the
Yep. Here, I'll put
PC.
I'll put the screen up. Got the statement from QR. And I'm going to let you take this one away.
Yeah,
because I'm going to go away for a moment.
Well, in that case, I should read the story. I will actually open the story and read the story rather than just talk my actual bits and pieces about it. But Queensland Raceway has sent out a statement saying that they're stepping back from running events at Lakeside Park due to potential safety concerns. And they've said in response to recent developments, Queensland Raceway, they will step back from running the events at Lakeside Park, and they've explained below the rationale. They've on multiple occasions raised concerns around safety of the track barriers, track infrastructure, with the venue owners, operators, and racers, the sanctioning body. Queensland Raceway is no longer prepared to take on that potential risk, both from a commercial and reputational standpoint of hiring, licensing the facilities at Lakeside Park whilst they remain in their current condition for any of the motor racing or motorcycle events that they run. The events, which were scheduled to be managed by Queensland Raceway at Lakeside Park facility, have been handed over to the team at Lakeside, and should they choose to add them to their own event calendar. Queensland Raceway believes in the importance of Lakeside Park's heritage and its place as part of Australian motorsport landscape, and would encourage the current owners operators of Lakeside Park to make improvements to the facility so that Lakeside Park can return to its former glory. Queensland Raceway takes pride in delivering the highest level of quality of safety standards to help ensure protection of their customers, and they are excited about the future of the business at Willowbank venue and continue to focus on delivering motorsport activities at that venue. So until late last year, Queensland Raceway and Lakeside Park were operated and managed by the same organisation, but in November, new management took over Queensland Raceway and have invested heavily into that facility in order to improve the safety standards and infrastructure. And we've talked about that. We showed the where it's heading with all the new pits, everything else that they do. So Tony Quinn has taken over Queensland Queensland Raceway, and so they're stepping away from Lakeside. Now, what does it mean? It doesn't mean a lot of people took that the Lakeside's closing. It doesn't mean Lakeside's closing. Lakeside will continue to run events, but they'll be run by Lakeside Park. That those events will be run by. They won't be affiliated with Queensland Raceway, and there will be certain events that they will ultimately lose because of it. I would imagine certain sprint car championships and different pieces like that. But in general, it's just they're stepping away, and I think there's, originally Tony Quinn took over QR, but originally the plan was for him to take over both tracks, and I think that was what he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
He's obviously doing a lot of improvements at Willowbank, and I wasn't happy with the standard of Willowbank.
Queensland Raceway.
Queensland Raceway, Willowbank, Queensland Raceway. So he's upgraded that, and I think he just doesn't want to be affiliated with the other with Lakeside that's not being upgraded, it hasn't been had that same effort put into it, and I think I would definitely give away some more t-shirts, Matty. Everyone go give us a thumbs up. We'll definitely give away some more.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he wanted both, right? He wanted both tracks, Tyler.
Yes.
And he didn't get both tracks. In the end, the deal fell over. Then he wasn't, like, Tony Quinn was taking everything over. Fell over. He wasn't taking anything over. Then there was another thing that came back in, and he ended up taking over just the QR Willowbank site.
Yeah.
And he didn't get Lakeside. So now he said, "Screw you, Lakeside." I think that's pretty much how it's gone.
I think so.
Yeah, he's just like, "Well, stuff you then.
Mm-hmm.
Do it on your own." Hey?
Yeah.
So any comments there?
John Lee says thought Lakeside was heritage listed.
Yeah, I believe it is some heritage listing in there, but yeah, they certainly still clean it up and upgrade. Shane broke his leg there.
Who hasn't? Southeast this place could do with a bit of money being spent on it.
It's not probably good timing or news, considering there's a lot of people against Lakeside, like residents of that area.
Yeah.
That have built and bought houses in recent years that don't like a racetrack there.
Yeah.
And they've been fighting against it for a while, so there's noise restrictions and all sorts of stuff there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're not allowed to be any louder than like 90 decibels or something there, isn't it? 95?
Yeah.
Pretty strict on it. Dang says, do you guys do just plain vinyl cut stickers?
They're you mean, okay, not printed. Give me another month. Right now I don't. I can. And it depends on the how intricate the design is. I can do it, but I cut it on a print and cut machine. So my big printer, 54-inch printer, is also a cutter. It's primarily a printer that can cut. I've already bought a separate cutter that's like the Ferrari of cutters. It is the best cutter that you can get. And worth a lot of money. But I'm waiting for it to get into the country, and it was supposed to be here at the start of March, and now it's not here till start of February, and now it's not here till mid-March. But as soon as I got that, I'll do a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Biffin says drags are on at Lakeside this weekend, and they certainly are. Yep, events are still going ahead, and that's being run by Lakeside. I think, I did notice before this announcement, the flyers had changed, the look of everything had changed, the colours. obviously part of it. So
Yeah.
they knew that was coming.
Mm-hmm.
It's like moving next to the airport and bitching about the planes, says Roy. It is. Yeah. So
Phil
waiting
says,
for
I
the
want
day
some.
to stop as well. You're upset the dogs again, Tyler. Seriously.
Yeah, it was quick on the mute button. No one else heard them.
Oh, it was just me.
But you.
So
Yeah, just you.
What's he talking about? Calder Park, is that where the Thunderdome? Calder Park?
Yes, I believe so.
Want some stickers saying, ask Jesse about his drive shafts. Well, sadly, the HJ will soon no longer be shafted by Jesse. It's currently been shafted by Jesse, but that'll be coming out. The box going in. So if anyone wants a
You'll have to get it
HJ
shafted again by Jesse.
4L60 to Borg Warner tail shaft, hit me up.
Johnny says mine sits at 80 decibels on idle.
Yeah, most would. Mine's over. We've got a thing here, sound meter. Mine's definitely over. I think it's about 114, but I've not been kicked off Lakeside. It's been out there a few times. Got mates that have been kicked off Lakeside. But yeah, so we'll see where it ends up. Hopefully, it doesn't affect it. I think
Talk Up Media. G'day, how you going?
G'day, mate. G'day, guys. Good to see you. Still early over there. WA. We've got everyone from WA joining in now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 6:19 p.m. over there in WA.
There you go. So yeah, we'll see where it ends up with it, but hopefully it's not the end of a track. But it is that heritage listing was, I think, done to try and stop it from being closed in any way. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Is it morning mayhem on Sunday? Now, is that what we're taking the Mustang out to QR for? Crowd's got to stay clear, he says. And did you see my post the other day? Isn't that something about they've upgraded the kangaroos now?
Yep. I think that was what it was.
So, yeah. No, very cool. All right. Well, next story, mate. Next story.
Yep. Can you bring that up? There we go. Talking entries for Drag Challenge weekend in Victoria.
So yeah, this is the Street Machine Drag Challenge. Is only about 6 weeks away, I think. 7 weeks. There you go. So 7 weeks.
Yep. The entries go live at midday tomorrow. There will be a drink. There'll be a link on the Street Machine page.
Okay. Drinks.
It will drop a link, is what I was going to say, but then I just said drop and link in the same word. Talk Up says not long clocked on for night shift. Good way to ease into doing a bit of fuck all where I can help it.
Good job. So Scotty Taylor, the words of Scotty Taylor from Street Machine.
Mm-hmm.
So the entries for Drag Challenge Weekend 2022 go live at midday tomorrow, and they will drop the link on their public group Facebook page for that.
Mm-hmm.
That
Phil says, is it a drink link?
A drink link. That's what we need. If you've got an existing rollover from Drag Challenge Weekend Queensland 2021, you can use that. If you have an existing rollover from Drag Challenge 2021, the 5-day event, you can use that. But there's no price adjustment. And
you'll miss out on Drag Challenge 2022 later this year.
Yep. So you might want to hang on to that one. So this is not the full 5-day event. This is the Drag Challenge Weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And starting from this event, though, there will be no rollovers to future events. So unless the whole event gets cancelled or you can't come due to border closures.
You'll get a refund in that case.
Refund. Yep.
Yep. No more. No more rolling over to the next one now. I think because it
So,
just becomes
and
too difficult to manage entries then. In the
It
sense
is.
that
It's a big
they've
problem.
got to cap them at a certain point, and then when you've got to also cater for rolling over certain entries, it becomes really difficult.
Managing reserve lists, all the rest, blah blah blah. Yeah, it's pretty hard. And it is 7 weeks away, that event. And they said, so if your car's not ready, just don't enter. Wait for the next one. So because you won't be able to roll it over. Right. So if you want to get on that, Street Machine 2022 Drag Challenge members on Facebook, type that in and have a look and be ready to get it tomorrow at 12 p.m., which will be daylight time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Sydney, Melbourne.
Yep.
Time.
So 11 Australian Eastern Standard Time and 9 if you're in WA, if you wanted to enter.
Early.
Talk Hub says, got all the good legends in the chat tonight. Great to see we have a solid audience crossover, and good on all of you lot for supporting Aussie creators.
It is good, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep. There is a lot of legends that support a lot of the Aussie creators. See a lot of the people that comment on our videos comment on everyone else's as well.
Yeah. Brennan, QR, there was certainly some sort of deal that they struck there with QR. And, Tetley
12 million, I think.
away. Yep. He stepped
figure.
away, went to Lakeside only, and Tony Quinn came in. And the plans, which we shared a couple of weeks ago, Tyler?
Yes.
On one of the
couple of weeks ago.
We shared the plans, and it's really impressive. Really impressive what they're doing out there. And it'll be interesting. And there's some talk of actual track upgrades to put some other sections in to make it a little bit more challenging for different events and for different cars and smaller cars and stuff like that, because it's a very high speed track.
Mm-hmm. UFO says, sorry guys, I was in a meeting. Stygian informed me I wanted t-shirts. Thank you very much.
Send us some address details and messages, man. We'll get that out to you. We'll give away another one. How about we give away another one? Move into another story.
Do we want to give away one now? Is that what you were getting at? All right.
Yep.
Pressing the button, spinning away. Who is going to be the lucky winner this time?
I don't know. You tell me.
Matty Crick.
Yeah. Matty Crick. He asked. He asked us to give away some more.
Yep.
We were always going to give away some more.
We certainly were.
There you go.
Yep, Boost Gumps is another good channel, Jason.
There's heaps. There's so many. We went through a heap the other week, didn't we? And talked about it. It's hard. There's so many.
MGB Chuck, g'day. How you going?
Hey, mate. That's things over in the States there. Ask and you shall receive. That's right. Well done. Well done. All right. We'll do another story before we give away anything else.
Talking Heathcote. I've thrown up a picture here looking down the strip. They've done some more upgrades out there. Mammoth Day today, and they're still going. So this was posted 2 hours ago. We'll most likely be working through the night. The day started with their good friends from Symbolics Construction laying down fresh hot mix on the last track turnout and all the way around past the chute pack area. This will help immensely on the turn at the end of the track. They also had enough left to fix up some problem spots in the pits. Can't thank them enough for coming and doing this work at a late notice. Then received their steel delivery for the new emergency exit gates. Stuff's absolutely huge, and they'll be working through the night and tomorrow to build and mount the gates before this weekend's racing.
There you go. And they've done all more barriers, new barriers, more.
Yep. The return road looks amazing. The way that turn there looks very smooth.
That's what I need my driveway like.
Yes.
So I'm
Yeah,
assuming
he's another track owner that likes to get shit done.
Yeah. I'm assuming they didn't use recycled asphalt, which is what I was looking at using, which is probably not going to be as nice as that.
Yeah.
Be
back in a moment.
Cheaper. Right. I had a look at bit of recycled asphalt for driveway for here, but driveway is going to have to be just a driveway part's about 105 meters, and then we want to put like a drift circle, like a turnaround part, some parking, and backing it into the shed. So there's a bit more there. So it's quite expensive. I think just to use recycled asphalt through a guy that I've done some printing for, so he's looking after me. That was about 11 grand just for the 105 meter section. So yeah, not cheap at all. If I word on Warwick, we did talk about that a little earlier. I think before you joined us, but it's just wet. It's wet, and nothing has changed at all since before because it just hasn't dried out. So they've it's going to put it back. I think we've got waiting on road trip in May, and it's a Willowbank possible Warwick, and Warwick and Mick will direct us on what happens there. But my money is on with this current wet weather. It's not going to happen. It'll be the same as last event. We'll run something at Willowbank for 3 days, I would imagine. But I certainly could be wrong. But I'm just going on where I know they were at, and they just needed dry weather to get it done in time, and we've had no dry weather, so we'll see. It's pretty expensive, Matty. So I missed a few comments there. There was some questions earlier as well about because we talked on here last week or whenever it was about doing the bus trip down to the Top Fuel. Actually, we'll get to that. We'll get to that in another story shortly as well. Actually, we can talk about that then because it might run into some of this as well, won't it, Tyler?
Run into yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we'll move into that next. It was a much better price, Shane, and he was looking after me. The cheaper stuff was going to be about $8,000, but it was the better stuff about 11. No, Shane, don't book rooms at Warwick. What are you booking a room for anyway for road trip? You're camping at the track, surely.
Yep. Yeah, you'd have to be camping at the track.
How much fun did you have last time? Where can you have a let's go stand in the middle of the bitumen and have a shoes off circle? And if you weren't there and weren't part of it, you'll never understand the shoes off circle.
Yeah. It was a spiritual connection.
Only those that were there understand that. But
as Leo Wanker put it.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. And you won't get that if you're back in your room, in your little hotel room.
You definitely won't.
Can't have that. Camping's where it's at.
Mike Green Hippo, g'day. How you going?
G'day, mate. G'day. And if you're not set up for camp, just get yourself one of those King swags. They're the best things ever. Get yourself a double King swag. If you're in that on your own, you've got heaps of room.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're about $200.
Mark Biffin says camp in May is okay. Bugger November. Shane says okay. Shoes off again. G'day, Rich and Sarah.
G'day.
Phil says I completely forgot about the shoes off circle. I was pretty drunk.
There's a few people that were there that remember that. So
poured me a drink at some point during that as well. Phil did.
Rich and Sarah, g'day guys. Yes.
Talkup says a cheeky circle jerk at the 3:30.
It wasn't that track. No, it wasn't that track. That was a completely different track. That was funny. That other story. That was Heathcote, actually, wasn't it? That was
Yes, it
that
was
happened
Heathcote.
something at 3:30. Go
Yeah.
back through their Facebook page and you'll find that a very funny story. That Lance Warren wrote. Some events, some shenanigans at the track
Yeah.
late at night. Cold in Warwick in May. Oh yeah, Gary. I don't think it'll be too bad, May. I think we'll be just nice. Yeah. Oh no, actually, it is starting to get cool. It's 1 month. Yeah, June. Yeah, maybe it will be getting a bit cool. Get a good
This-
swag, nice. We have fires
Says
out of Warwick.
21 degrees. This is the averages. 21 degrees high and 9-degree low.
9 low. Yeah, it is a bit chilly, but we usually have a decent fire. You can have fires.
It's good for turbo cars.
Yeah, perfect.
At least it's not July. July averages 17 high and 3-degree low.
Yeah. Well, we've been out to Warwick on some pretty cold days,
We have.
nights, and we've survived them all.
Mhm.
We've camped out there. It's not that bad.
No, we
usually
camped
have a
out
big
there when it
fire.
was really cold and I slept in the back of the ute.
Yeah, and we didn't have a big fire. We had the
We had the
Oz
Ozpig for that event.
Ozpig little pot belly
Yeah.
stove thing. We had that cranking, and yeah. So
Shane says walking the track with Andy and Jake at 4 a.m. Gary says cold for us North Queensland guys.
okay. Yeah. All right. You'll feel it a little bit more, but it's still part of it.
G'day, yeah, no, yeah. How you going?
Just a couple
Dropping
extra
in to say
dooners in the
g'day.
swag.
Yep.
G'day. When it gets too cold, then you can just jump into your swag and get up in the morning.
Mhm.
It's racing time. Next story. Let's talk Sydney.
Yes.
Sydney Dragway. We haven't mentioned Sydney Dragway, but we will because there is a bit of news going on. Because, there's a statement from Sydney Dragway. What's the statement?
A joint statement from Sydney Dragway and IHRA Entertainment LLC and IHRA Australia Party Limited.
Yep.
Or LTD.
Because as we know, Sydney moved to become an Andrew track. I don't know how long ago that was.
No,
Maybe 6 months.
6 months probably. Yep.
A bit of uproar around them becoming an Andrew track. A lot of people had to go relicense and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, so there's a fair bit
UFO says
involved.
nothing is colder than North Europe at this moment. How cold is it over there?
Yeah, he's in the Netherlands. He'd be like, we're whinging about 9 degrees Celsius.
But yes, this is the joint statement. The Board of Western Sydney International Dragway, trading as Sydney Dragway and IHRA Entertainment LLC and IHRA Australia Party Limited, are pleased to announce the return of IHRA as the exclusive sanctioning body of the Sydney Dragway until the 31st of December 2024. This announcement comes as a result of the parties reaching a settlement on the matters subject to the proceedings in the Supreme Court of New South Wales. These proceedings will be dismissed. The parties look forward to continuing its long-standing relationship and growing the sport as a result of this ongoing partnership.
So, no longer will it be Andrew. It will now be an IHRA track again. So, they've gone back to IHRA. Obviously, they had a contract with IHRA. They
See you, Carnage. Thanks for dropping in.
Carnage. They somehow stepped out of that contract or broke that contract or whatever they did and went and changed to Andra. Now, Top Fuel is obviously a push for Andra. They will still race at IHRA tracks. They are racing at IHRA tracks as well, even though we don't have them up here in Queensland. But there's some issues there around also with Thunder 400 and Top Fuel, and they want to go out on their own. But yeah, it's been hard because all the races in Sydney, I feel for them because the big thing was them. They had to change. The rules are slightly different. The licenses are different. The techs are different. They've changed stuff to suit the Andrew racing and to get the Andrew license, and now they've done it all for nothing.
Yeah.
So,
To be fair to me,
Interesting to know
we
what's
had this
happening.
discussion last week about this.
Yep.
And I think it's silly that we have two sanctioning bodies. I think there should only be
Well, there's
one.
multiple.
Yeah. But I mean, like,
Well,
there really should only be one that they all, maybe they all join together and they sit at a board and they decide on what the rules should be in that sense, rather than having, well, this one's going to be at this track and this one's going to be at this track, and if you want to race professionally at both, you need two different licenses, you need two different techs.
and also
in some extreme, maybe you need two different race suits or something. I don't know. Two different helmets, because this helmet's not approved by this one, but it's approved by that one.
Yeah, there's the interesting part. Somebody told me just recently, and it's somebody that knows a lot about this sort of stuff, more than me anyway. They told me that it doesn't matter whether you're with IHRA, Andrew Races, CAMS, all these different ones.
Mm-hmm.
All the insurance, because it's all about insurance.
Yeah.
All the insurance comes from one place. None of these places actually, well, they insure you if you're the track, but they purchase insurance through Lords of London. So, so Lords of London supplies the insurance for all of them, but yet they all have their different pricing structures.
Mm-hmm.
And that pricing structure is based around, what their organisation is. Obviously, if you've got the big organisation with a big running cost, that insurance is going to be more expensive. But the actual insurance all comes from one place, and it's all the same price. So, well, maybe there's some side deals, but I guess maybe the bigger ones actually get it cheaper and then charge more. Who knows?
Yeah.
But dual sanctions, another talk up media. Dual sanction.
Mm.
They can't get along to do that. So anyway, there has been a response back from Andrew. So, Brendan, who said that before? Brendan said check out one of the Facebook groups. There's some ex-board members commenting on there. There's some really interesting comments to read. We'll have a look at that later. But there's also been now a response back from Andra. So that was the joint statement from Sydney IHRA.
Mm-hmm.
And then one came back from Andra as well on the 1st of February, Tyler. And what did they have to say?
So they said the Australian National Drag Racing Association, Andra, issues the following statement regarding action taken today in the court case between the IHRA and Western Sydney International Dragway. Andra has been informed that today, Tuesday, 1st of February 2022, Western Sydney Dragway have reached a settlement with the IHRA regarding the court case that was underway in relation to sanctioning services at Sydney Dragway. Andra Chief Executive Officer Brett Stevens said Andra is currently seeking legal advice regarding the impact of this settlement on Andra's current contract with Western Sydney Dragway. Andra has received no communication directly from the board of Sydney Dragway at this time and will await that to consider our position. Following the consideration of legal advice, Andra will issue a further update as soon as possible.
So, obviously, Andra's also, there's contracts with IHA, there's contracts with Andra. This is very messy, very, very messy for Sydney. I think they've got themselves in an awful bind now, and it'll be interesting to see where it ends up. But at the end of the day, right now, the courts have put them back with IHRA, and I think Andrew will be trying to fight that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, all this money in courts and everything probably doesn't do anything but affect more prices as well for races in the future. So it's not a good thing. It's quite unfortunate. And I guess while all this was going on, Tyler, there was another statement that came out, and there's another new statement today. So before anyone jumps in, but we're still stepping back a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
There was a statement at the time that came out from Top Fuel.
Yep.
And Top Fuel said that because everyone said, "Oh, well, that's it. That's the end for Top Fuel. They won't race there, etc." Top Fuel came out and said that they support
the Australian National. Yep.
Yep.
There's certainly a bit going on at Sydney Dragway at the moment. Whatever that's about, one thing is certain: entries are still open and more than 150 races have already entered their cars and bikes in the Australian National and Top Fuel Championship. Drag racers deserve to race at the event they signed up for. The Australian Nationals is contracted to run at Sydney Dragway on February 11th and 12th, and as part of the Australian Drag Racing Championship, and unless anyone tells the racers otherwise, that's what's happening. We had a cracker event at round 1 and of the Burson Auto Parts Australian Top Fuel Championship. Looking forward to round 2 in 2 weekends' time. That was yesterday.
So that was yesterday at 5 o'clock. They said Top Fuel is on at the end of in the middle of February 11. I'll have Top Fuel there at Sydney. Don't panic. 150 races. You're all good to race.
Mm-hmm.
That was at 5 o'clock yesterday. That has all changed as well,
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes, so Sydney Dragway issued a statement. Said Sydney Dragway is saddened to announce that the venue is no longer able to host the Australian Nationals on February 11th and 12th. The recent changes in sanctioning means the event cannot be run in the way it was intended by the organisers. Sydney Dragway has explained the very difficult position we're in to the promoters, and they've kindly agreed to release us from the contract and allow us to get our feet back on the ground. It's a very disappointing outcome for the more than 150 racers who wanted to come and race, and also hard for the Dragway team and the promoters of National and Top Fuel. All of whom have put in a lot of work to stage another fantastic event to follow the success of Top Fuel Championship in January. The promoters will make their own announcement as to their plans, but they will be refunding all entrants and ticket holders immediately.
Yeah. So that's just come out this afternoon.
Yeah,
that's the most recent one. Wow. I just find those just off camera there. There's these glasses sitting there.
Gary says all the money we spend on licenses are just paying for the lawyers to argue. It does seem that way right now.
Yeah, it does. So yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Roy says racing in Sydney is way too expensive already. Try renting the skid pad. James says for the loss of another drag event to go and have fun at. Garage AU says I just joined, so what is the story with it? What happening? Like, why do they call it off or whatever? Because Andra is the sanctioning body that does and manages a lot of the Top Fuel events. They like to run at Andra tracks, and Sydney Dragway is now an IHRA track, and obviously IHRA probably doesn't want to run the Top Fuel event there.
Yeah,
and the way that the organisers were planning on running the event probably doesn't suit the IHRA classes.
Yeah, it doesn't. They won't insure it. IHRA will not insure it under that way. They must run it differently in Melbourne because they are running it under IHRA at other tracks.
Yep. And they have ran it under IHRA at Willowbank before.
Yeah, they do run under IHRA, but it seemed that they did sort of make a move, and I know, cars, the Top Fuel cars have come out in Andra liveries, right? The liveries are Andra, so they're very pro Andra.
Yeah,
it's a big shit fight. Brendan Wheatley says the whole Andra IHRA's battle in regards to tracks has been going on for years, and it'd be nice just to see that both parties come together. I don't think it's going to happen.
No,
it's not going to happen.
Unfortunately,
so we certainly talked in recent weeks about doing a bus trip. Shane did some investigation and looked into that. Before anything was coming around with this, we'd actually made a decision we'd give it a miss because the round that we would have been looking at would have been a weekend before road trip in May, and it was just too much. Like, people have got cars to get ready. We're working at the event. Yeah, so it's just too much to try and get down there and do all that for that one. So, well, hopefully we might be something later in the year with the Top Fuel that we can go plan our little bus trip and do that. But at the moment, we won't make that one.
Yeah.
So, but we'll keep you informed. We do.
Top Fuel Australia said disappointed to share the news that it's been cancelled as well. And then I also just looked up Andra, and Andra has now also got a statement about it. Andra says, Andra formally acknowledges the statement released this afternoon by Sydney Dragway communicating the venue's decision to cancel the Australian Nationals. Andra is deeply disappointed that Western Sydney has made the decision to cancel this event following the exceptionally hard work put in by the event co-promoters, the Australian Top Fuel Championship, and Peter Pisolidis. I don't know how to pronounce that. And Andrew, as we all worked together to ensure the event went ahead. Andrew was prepared to enthusiastically honour the agreement Andrew held with the event co-promoters to sanction the Australian Nationals, which was to host not only the Burston Auto Parts Australian Top Fuel Championship, but also rounds of Andrew's Summit Racing Equipment, Sportsman Series, and Australian Drag Racing Championship. To this end, Andrew had issued at Sydney Dragway's request on Saturday, 29th of January 2022, the required event permit for this event to proceed. We are saddened that consultation between Sydney Dragway and the event co-promoters to see this event proceed as per the event contract originally signed between these two parties, which include the use of Andrew as promoters, preferred sanctioning body, but to which Andrew was not a party, was ultimately unsuccessful, leading to today's decision.
There you go. So Andrew was willing to still honour it and do it, but they won't accept Andrew to do one event. So
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it's for the races when you hear stuff like that.
Definitely not.
All about them. It's all about them, and it's all about IRA and Andrew. It really needs to be about the races. It needs to be about the sport, and none of this is doing the right thing in promoting the sport in my eye.
No,
you know,
definitely
and
not.
I'm certainly not a racer that is affected as such by any of this stuff. Just a backyard hack gets me car out occasionally. But I do feel for them. I feel for them, but I am a spectator and an enjoyer of the sport, and that it does annoy you. So yeah, very disappointing.
Mm-hmm. Jason Mountjoy says, I used to drive up from Victoria to watch Top Fuel, part of Romeo Capitanio's demo runs. Now I live up here and I got to get down there to watch it.
So it's hard. We've lost it up here. We've lost in Brisbane. Top Fuel. I love to see Top Fuel run. Top Fuel's great. It's great for the whole drag racing sport. It's just amazing to watch Top Fuel run. And we talked about that. And we all said, yeah, we want to see Top Fuel run. Let's do a bus trip, But now we can't even do a bus trip to Sydney. So we've got nothing in Brisbane. We've got nothing in Sydney until any of this is sorted out. So right now,
Garage AU says, I bet the sponsors feel $1 million about it.
Yeah, it's costing them a lot of money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all the coverage and whatnot that they miss out, and they put a lot of money. There's big money in the sponsorship on this stuff.
There is.
And a lot of them do it for the love of the sport and that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, well, Burson's not only went in on naming rights sponsor, they went in on a Top Fuel theme and everything. Like, that's
big money for Burson's too, right? Yeah.
Saudi says Sydney Dragway is contracted to IHRA. Andrew agreement should never have happened while the contract with IHRA was still standing.
No, there's a lot of people made the wrong decisions around the whole thing.
Yeah, Gary Smith says
people are paid well to do everything,
mm-hmm.
to do this stuff. That's their, that they work at a level and paid at a level to not stuff this sort of stuff up. And it's sort of got to come back a little bit on the on the current board that have made this decision.
Gary says, at the end of the day, us racers just want to race. Why make it more difficult than it has to be? Brendan Wheatley says, the court cases just suck up your fees. Southey says, what sponsor would want to come into the circus that is Australian drag racing at present?
Matty Crick, you don't get to meet us. We'll be in Sydney. We're still coming to Sydney.
Yeah, we'll be in Sydney for Jamboree.
So we're heading to Sydney for Jambo.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys have reached out to us.
That's the guaranteed one. Accommodation is booked and whatnot. So we'll be there for that one.
We'll be there. We'll be there. We'll be busy. We'll be working.
Yeah.
But we will be.
If you catch us at the start of a day before or at the end of a day is probably the best, because then we'll be able to actually have a chat.
Yeah, but Jambo have reached out. They've asked us to come down. They're paying us to come down, so it is a paid job. So, so we're there to work on behalf of Jambo. So that'll be really good. What does mean is not only are they paying our way and doing everything to go down there, it means they're paying the way for a live stream, free live stream for everybody too. So, which is awesome.
Yes, it is.
And then we've got that locked in. We've got road trip locked in. We'll work on getting Kendra all locked in soon for you guys. Sydney, we'll wait and see.
Phil says, we might be in Sydney for Jambo. We'll be able to get another sleeping Phil interview then.
Another special Jambo special. So it'll be big. Sydney Jambo will be big.
And it won't be as hot this time. Well, I mean, Sydney Jambo usually isn't too hot. Jamboree normally isn't hot because it's never normally in like November when it was. Usually in August.
October, Halloween,
October. Oh, it was too, yep, Halloween. It was around that time where we had like 10 events on. It's like every weekend was something massive where we were there for 3 days.
Which was really good. I must say I enjoyed it. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it was. It was awesome.
It was good. And we like the fact that we were able to leave the gear set up too, right? Like that was.
Yeah, it was good. Matty Crick says you're going to meet up with Benny and MCM. Who knows?
Yeah,
wouldn't say no.
Certainly met Benny, and at Street Machine Drag Challenge.
Yep.
Have a chat with Benny, and he said, "Oh, I know who you guys are. Watch you." So that was cool. I was like, "Oh." So, definitely not got to meet MCM, but would love to.
Gary says Australian drag racing in general needs to take a page out of the V8 supercars.
Yeah.
We
don't know much about the supercars running, but yeah. Maybe the guys from Skid Factory too. Don't know if they're going down to Jambo or any of that sort of stuff. I haven't spoke to them about that at all. But, I don't think they will be there. I don't think they got plans for that. They got a fair bit on. Red Centre Nats. No plans for Red Centre Nats yet, Talk Hub. But geez, if we're ever going to meet up with you guys, that's probably the spot, right? In the middle. If you can get in and out, I don't know. Can you even get in and out of your side of the country? You might be stuck. Is it time for a new governing body to be established? There's already enough, Brendan. I think. I don't know.
Adam Geary says, "What month is this?" Jamboree is in March, 26th of March to be exact.
Yep, 26th of March. Get your tickets. Don't miss out. It'll be big. It'll be like the last one here was fairly decent. I wouldn't say it was big in Jambo standards.
It was still big considering it was literally only Queensland entrance
for what it was,
and stalls.
When you go to a full Jambo with open borders, even in Queensland, Sydney's even bigger again. But you know what a normal Jambo was like, Tyler.
Yeah, it's massive.
Big event. So, and if you like, compact sports sedan racing and rotaries, JDM stuff. Jambo's got a hell of a lot of that. They got a bit of everything. But
the GTR battle will be back on again. We didn't get to see that. It's normally a good watch to watch the two workshops going at it.
Yeah.
Talk Hub says all locked up at the moment. Had plans to go last year, which didn't come to fruition, but entry was rolled over for this year. So planning to be there with the Pro Charged XY comes September.
Yeah, that'd be cool to see too. See that all done in person. Yeah, that'd be sweet. Andrew probably doing a paywall deal. Hopefully not. Hopefully we do our best to try and make sure that we keep stuff as a free stream, and we try and promote that for people that want to get us along to live stream. That there's an opportunity for them to. We've done a lot with the stream to be able to put ads and sponsorship and all that sort of stuff in, so that they can sell that to pay for that, and even help make money for their event.
Yeah.
Because we're certainly a lot cheaper than anything else that's available. So hopefully they can get the support to be able to do that, to then keep us on. So, make sure if you see when we do our live streams and you do see the ads and you do see the advertising, support those people, because they're the ones that are, really, they're the ones bringing you, these live streams. Send them a message, say thanks, and do that sort of thing, and so we can keep free live streams going for everybody. Because there's a lot of work involved. We've got accommodation and travel and all bits and pieces, so we can't do it for free. Ongoing. It's not. We do have to run it as a business now, so that we can travel all over the country and do it and keep updating. So it is what it is. So definitely support sponsors and get them on board to promote these events and help us out. Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel, says Matty. Matty wants to win something.
Jason Tompkins also says, love all your live streams. What are we giving away? I'm spinning it. You tell me what we're giving away.
I haven't got an Overtaking Lane hat on. Maybe we should give away an OTL cap, hey?
Sounds good to me. Shane Sermon. Shane's got a cap coming his way.
There you go. If it had been yesterday, I could have dropped it off, mate. Could have dropped it off.
Cheers. Talkub says your live stream's very good quality, fellas. A credit to you. It's also a credit to the supporters that have helped us buy the equipment that we've got, and also, the crew that we've got now. We've got Trackside Trev, who drops in the chat later on a Thursday night, because he hangs out at Archfield now and watches the drifting going on. And also Gary Sparkplug, who's normally here. He's a big help in not only, just in the live streams. He helps film videos and he helps us do other things around. He's become a very good mate.
Yep. So, and all the donations and all the everything else has got us to where we are, and now we're pushing back to try and get a little bit come back in from the events where we promote, and hopefully it works and we can continue on.
Yeah. Yeah, but we chat some events.
I've been here since the start, Matty. Right?
I've been here since the start.
Does anyone know what the here's a quiz question. Does anyone know what the channel was called before Overtaking Lane? So
that's a good quiz question.
There's a quiz question. We'll see if anyone's got it in the chat.
Yep.
Wasn't originally known as Overtaking Lane.
Certainly wasn't.
Yeah, and Brendan, thank Jambo for that. They're supporting us, and we're happy with what we brought them last year, and it's it's a considerable cost with travel and accommodation and stuff. So it's not a $50 event. It's they do certainly pay for it.
Roy says, I remember when there were only 7 people watching, wearing my OTL gear is cool around my stupid little car town, people ask.
Of course Sally and Paige knew.
Well, they didn't, because they got it wrong.
Oh, they did too.
Nan was the only one out of the 3 that did it right and said, I know, instead of just typing it in the chat.
That happened with the car post as well.
Shane Sermon says beards and biceps. I wish it was. I did, Matty, with me and two mates.
I did start the channel.
Hamilton's Heroes, says Phil.
Was RLT drive,
Yeah.
which was not right lane. It wasn't right lane either. RLT could have been right lane transport.
Well,
drive,
RTL
right
could have been RTL could have been just right lane, but you were just abbreviating it to like a little
yeah,
whatnot.
right over in the lane. No, it was RLT.
Yeah. James has got another one. What does it stand for? Mum says Ryan, Tyler, Liam. Yep, you still got it in the wrong order.
Ryan, Liam, and Tyler. Wrong-wheel drive was the challenge we did. Wrong-wheel drive challenge. That was a while back, but certainly not that far back. But if you watched the very first videos, they were RLT drive videos.
They were.
Maybe a half a dozen, Tyler.
Yep. Yeah, they've still been. Well, they used to have the old end screen and whatnot on them, but they've since been removed.
Do they require the pass to go? I don't know, Adam. That's not something we know. That's would be based on what they do for their other events at Sydney Motorsport Park. I would imagine. Yeah. All right. We got hat. We'll give away something else, mate. What do you reckon?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
I've got a 1-of-1 thing down there in the print shop. There's something I've printed that's on the shelf in the print shop, Sally. She's sitting in the print shop right now. Something of ceramic that she could bring up, and
all right,
and we could have a look, and we could give that away, and that could be. Maybe we'll sell some later, but right now there is none for sale.
See you, Phil. Enjoy Truck Simulator. It's a fun game. It is a fun game.
You've done it?
Yep. After this wheel, he's leaving. After this wheel, he's got to know what it is. He needs to know if he wins. While we wait, Matty Creek says many views on the first ever videos. So the first ever video we uploaded was 305 views. That was 4 years ago. This is the RL2 drive videos.
That's about what we had too.
It's about 475 views. No, I don't think so. 397 views, 249, 293. And then the first ever Overtaking Lane video was Yank Tank's Pimpamar in March, and we got 1,000 views on that one. And that was before we started doing interviews. So if you want the first ever video that we did interviews, that would be here somewhere. Queensland Cruising's Pride and Joy show.
Oh yeah, the one at Nerang.
Yes.
Yeah, it was pretty good, that one. I
remember
that. The Valiant with the Barra.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, but ever since that one, that's when we started doing interviews at shows.
I might have to go get this prize myself.
Yeah, probably.
All right, it's coming. I can hear it.
Ooh. Phil thought it was brakes. He was thinking ceramic brakes.
It's not that lucky. There you go. Dad's got to his 1,000. Excellent.
Awesome. One of one OTL mug.
Never been used. Printed and sitting on the shelf as an example. Hopefully I don't drop it. That would just ruin it, wouldn't it?
Would.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I'll glue that up. There you go.
Legend, Matty. Some of the early videos are pretty good.
Yeah. There's some. You can watch some of my editing.
If you go
and
back
you get,
to Overtaking Live episode 19, you'll get to see Daz.
Dazza.
Yep.
You need some of the ones I edited. Ones I edited used to take me about a week to do an edit. So, right.
Phil says, "Can the winner get it
might have been
signed?"
you, Jamie. What was that?
Phil says, "Can the winner get it signed?"
If that's what they want, I don't know if you would want that. Why? But yeah, if you do, yes, for sure.
It's a one of one.
on
It
the bottom.
becomes an even more special one of one then.
Yeah, I suppose.
And Jamie
if you-
Wheelnut says, "Who suggested you start interviewing car owners, Dave?"
I think that was a conversation we had one day, and he said, "Oh, you should talk to people."
And the story behind their projects.
Well, yeah, we should do that. So.
All right, let me throw up the wheel and let's spin it and see who's taking home a one of one mug.
We're waiting on a torch from last year. Do we owe you a torch from last year? Did we miss it?
Sister Bluebird.
Oh, there you go. There you go, sister. There you go. That's yours. And that's great. She's always supporting us and buying merch. There you go. That's for you. I won't drop it. Garage, yeah. 70K. I don't think we got a video with that many views, do we? Jeez,
No, we don't. Our highest is 20, I think.
20 views, yeah.
Yeah, 20 views, 20K.
I don't know. We just
See you, Phil.
Anyway, ours are always up and down.
Dave is designing up shirts when he stops going out buying new cars in the middle of the night.
Yeah. Yours is getting done, Dad. It's I've already paid someone else to do it, so cause otherwise it'll wait too long for me. So it was just easier. I've got a designer that does all that stuff. So I do the. I could have done yours. Is probably a bit of a simpler one. I do the simpler design stuff. But anything more complex, the car, the drawings, I just take too long. I can do them, but I still never finished off the HQ I started yonks and yonks ago. The blown HQ drawing, that's still 3/4 finished. So I've got a graphic designer.
Jason Mountjoy says, "So are you boys doing the Kenda Radio live stream? Surely this is going to be its biggest event since COVID. To be confirmed at the moment."
Yep. Let them know you want to see us there.
Mm-hmm.
It is a bit of a stump for them because we said we do have to pay. We have to have something for it. We're going to pay the staff.
Yeah.
We've had people like Trev and Brad and that have been there donating their time for nothing. They're just guys that watch a channel like you guys, and they've donated their time for nothing for the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
And our commitment to them is to pay them for their time
going
forward, because they do a great job, and there's a lot of value in that, because if they don't come along, it's very hard just to get someone else to do what they do. Like you go, oh yeah, it's just get someone to hold a camera, but they know what shots they're chasing now.
Yeah.
Like there's been like a couple of years of learning that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are running around with earpieces in the whole time. They do the whole day.
And they're big days. It's not.
Trev never takes a break. Brad wouldn't take a break if it didn't make him either. We want to keep them and lock them in, and the only way to do that is pay them for their time.
Mm-hmm.
So and that's why we have to ask for money, and it does affect relationships when you do that. But hopefully we get past that, and they're working on trying to get a sponsor and stuff to continue to cover that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So hopefully they get a sponsor. They get
Mhm.
a company or something to come along and sponsor towards, and then we'll
Yep.
we'll be killing it. So, yeah, cool. We gave away a couple of shirts. We gave away a hat,
Mhm.
a coffee cup.
Hopefully, Mum was writing them all down.
Yeah, because that was usually my job.
Yeah.
She might be printing them ready to go.
Yeah, hopefully. We'll
Right?
see. That'd be awesome for them.
Yeah.
You can get them straight away.
I reckon we could do one more one of one thing, Tyler, before
Okay.
we jump into a bit of a what's on and wrap up the show.
Yep.
We'll do one more one of one.
Mhm.
We've got this Aussie, streamer shirt, not this one, but we've got this Aussie streamer shirt with the Aussie flag thing and Overtaking Lane on the front.
Yep.
Now, I thought just jumped into my head. What's even more Aussie than that Aussie shirt would be on a singlet.
All right.
Eh?
Yep.
So
Sounds good.
put on a singlet. Singlets are small to 3XL, I think. Singlets. They don't do the 4s and 5s for the big boys. So in the singlets, but once you get too big, too many man boobs. I'm pretty close there.
Wheels
yeah,
spinning away.
3. So here we go. Who's the winner?
Green is nice. Gary Dundas.
Gary, another little one of one present for you, brother. So there you go. Matt got a shirt as well, didn't he?
Yep. Matty
So-
Crick and UFO Sorcery Engineering got a shirt each. Shane Sermon got a hat. Sister Bluebird got the mug, and Gary got the singlet.
Sweet, thank you. All right, what's on, Tyler? What's on?
Events. Events are on. Is that what you were after? Is that what you were asking? Yeah.
Yeah, no, just what's on, man.
Friday. We have Eliminators, first Friday night of the month, 6 p.m. till 9 p.m. at Eliminators Club Rooms. And we've also got the Diesel Assault out at Willowbank. Gates open at 5 p.m. That's print out the flyer, head to Willowbank's page. If you've got a diesel, print out the flyer, fill it out, and bring it on the day. You will race for free.
These are all my cars. I race for free, yeah. No?
Toowoomba Swap Meet is on Toowoomba Showgrounds, 6 a.m. till 12 p.m.
February, of course.
Saturday and Sunday.
That's a big swap meet.
Cars and Coffee at Cooperoo, 6:30 a.m. till 9 a.m. Turbo Drive in Cooperoo.
That's
Ghost
actually a swap
Diner.
meet. Toowoomba swap meet, Tyler, is actually a swap meet that doesn't pack up at 8:30 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, there you go. You could go to it.
It's massive.
Joe's Diner is on as well, 3 p.m. till 8 p.m. 1084 Kingsford Smith Drive and Eagle Farm on Saturday. It's an awesome event, that one. Fundraisers for Dill at YTB Performance, 4 p.m. till 7 p.m. $20 per car, that one. Fundraising for Dylan.
Yep. Yeah. So I've got Dylan and his family. Don't quite know the story. I think Dylan's
got
a
grade 4 glaucoma cancerous tumour.
Yep. So young family. So it's a bit of a little fundraiser for him and his family. Oh, I've been canned. Toowoomba's been canned.
Oh, damn.
Saudi. There you go. And it's all because of the weather? Because it's always wet. Toowoomba swap meets usually always a bloody muddy, wet mess. So
well, it looks like Joe's Diner has been cancelled as well.
No, it was cancelled and then put back on again.
Okay. So the original link is not the right one.
No.
Yep. They added an event. They added an event. Cool. Yep. All right.
Yep.
So if you follow the link that's on the website, it's not the right link. It'll take you to one that says it's cancelled.
I know how to put them on. I don't get them off once I've got them on there.
That's good. That's still on. Maybe we could go to that. I'll talk to you about that after the show. I have an idea.
Okay. All right.
Lavelle Street, Nerang, BCMC. Event 5:30 p.m. till 7:30 p.m. Oh, no, it's Customs Gold Coast now. That's right. He was handing it off. They were handing it off to them. Sunday, brekkie and laps at Queensland Raceway, 6 a.m. till 9 a.m. 90 minutes total track time out there. Awesome event.
We mentioned Willowbank Street Series is on as well at Willowbank on Saturday night. Did we mention that one?
I did not. I did not see that one.
Oh, yeah. Archer Street Series on out at Willowbank on Saturday night too, mate.
There you go. Street Series. Caffeine and Classics is on at Blackout Coffee and Catering, 7 a.m. till 11 a.m. All Japanese Cars and Coffee is on 62 Crockford Street, Banyo, on 7 a.m. till 9 a.m. And Cars and Culture is on 8 a.m. till 11 a.m. at Espresso 25. Lakeside 8th Mile Drags, 9 a.m. till 2 p.m. Lakeside Park on Sunday.
Yep.
Meet and greet the local crews. Meeting at the Jim Boomba Skate Park, 10 a.m. Leaving there at 10:15. And that is all for this weekend.
WA. G'day. Automotive
Carnage. G'day. How you going?
And then there's some stuff from Mal as well. What he was going to Turbo Drive and the laps and Joe's and laps. I think it was. I missed.
There you go. Yep. Turbo Drive, Cooperoo, Joe's, and then Happy Laps in the crowd. Killer Mustang.
There you go. Go and jump in some laps. In the Mustang. In the Ford. Jeez.
See you, Darren. Cheers for tuning in.
That's it.
It is it.
We're at the end of the show. He said, oh, you got a bit of stuff happening. And he said, oh, we might have to make it a quick show. There you go. We're about
standard time.
Right. Standard time, but 10 minutes earlier than 2-hour show. But we probably haven't run that long in ages, actually. So our quick show ended up longer than the long show.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Finally, the Sprint Car Championship we talked about getting out of the Sprint Cars is to be held on April 30, May 1 at Archerfield Speedway in Brisbane.
We may have to try and see if we can sort out something to go and film that and talk to some people about the Speedway.
At very least, we just go out and hang out and
watch it.
Yeah.
Organise with some OTL people to go and have a look. Dad says you love a good Ford, don't you, Dave? See you, Southey. See you, John.
Mark,
thanks, James.
I think I might not have typed back to your
Cheers,
email.
Rob.
I found your email in the junk folder. That was today or yesterday, and I don't know if I replied.
Cheers, MCM.
I did move it to the
condolences to you as well. Just saying condolences to Mark.
Sorry to hear. Yeah, sorry, mate. I don't know if I replied to your email. I have to have a look. I found it. It was in junk folder, and I went to reply. Got carried away with work. Not sure if I replied. I'll look at that, and if I haven't, I'll send you a reply. Thank you, guys, and over and out. We'll see you on Tuesday. Maybe you'll find out what the project car is. Maybe you'll see.
Maybe you won't.
Sally's been really against Nissan Cube, so it's not a Nissan Cube.
Or is it? Or is that to throw everyone off?
Maybe it's a Toyota BB, Tyler. Toyota BB, which is completely different. It is nothing like a Nissan Cube. I told her this the other day. All right, guys. Thank you. We'll see you in the next one.
Stay in that right line.